Good day, learners! Welcome to the new episode of Math Corner. Now, for today's video, I'm gonna teach you how to solve word problem in mathematics involving elimination method. Let's take a look with this example. Patricia is thinking of two numbers. The difference between the numbers is 38, and their sum is 200. What are the numbers Patricia is thinking of? Now, in my previous video, I already taught you how to solve systems of linear equations using elimination method. Now, for today's video, I'm gonna teach you how to solve some problems in mathematics where we can apply the concept that we learned previously. Now, this time, our goal is to formulate first the systems of the linear equations. After we formulated the systems of linear equations, the rest of the process and the rest of the solution will follow. So we are going to interpret first the problem and we're going to formulate first systems of linear equations. Now, according to the problem, Patricia is thinking of two numbers. Now, what are we going to do with this? Now, since we don't know what are those numbers, the unknown numbers that we are solving, we are going to represent the two numbers in a variable. So we are going to write here, we are going to let x be the first number. And we can use y be the second number. Okay. Now, since we already represented the unknowns by the variables x and y, now we can easily formulate it now the two equations and the two linear equations based on the problem given. So we have here Patricia is thinking of two numbers. So we have here x and y. The difference between the numbers is 38. Now we have here the keyword difference. If we say difference, that indicates subtraction. Therefore, as the sentence goes here, the difference between the numbers is 38. Meaning, if we are going to subtract the two numbers, the answer is 38. Therefore, our first equation is x minus y equals 38. Now, how about our second equation? And their sum here. That is the second keyword. If we say sum, that indicates addition. And their sum is 200. What does it mean? So that means if we are going to add the two numbers, the sum is 200. So this will be our second equation. So since we already formulated the two equations or the linear equations, now the rest of the solution now will follow. This will be our starting point to solve for the two numbers Patricia is thinking of. Let's proceed now to our solution. Since we already formulated the systems of linear equations, now we are going to apply now the concept that we learned from the previous video, which is all about elimination method. Now, in my previous video, I mentioned that before we are going to solve or proceed to our solution, we are going to decide first and choose first what particular variable that we are going to eliminate. For example, the given variables here are x and y, so we are going to decide which among the two that we are going to eliminate. Now, in my case, for example, I am going to eliminate y. So we have here y. And then check whether their coefficients are numerically equal. So the coefficient of y here in equation number 1 is 1. And also for equation number 2, the coefficient of y is also 1. So there's no problem with that. The next thing to do is to decide what particular operation you are going to use, either addition or subtraction, just to eliminate y. Okay, think of the operation. So that's correct. We are going to use addition as our operation to eliminate the variable y. So we have here, we are going to use addition. And then let's proceed to our solution. So we have here x plus x, that is 2x. And then negative y plus y, that will be 0. And then 38 plus 200, that will be equal to 238. Okay, and then divide both sides by 2 to solve for x. Therefore, our answer is x is equal to 119. Now, after this one, since we already have the value of the first number, which is x is equal to 119, let's proceed now in solving the second number, which is represented by the variable y. Now, to solve for the variable y, we are going to choose either equation 1 or equation 2 to substitute our x, which is 119. Okay, in my case, for example, I will choose equation number 2 to solve for the variable y. So we have here, solve for y. And then I will choose equation number 2, that is x plus y equals 200. That will be equal to 119 plus y equals 200, which is equal to y equals 200 minus 119, which is equal to y equals 81. Let's take a look with our example number 2. Alexis has 19 paper bills composed of 20 pesos and 50 pesos left in his wallet. The total amount of money he has is 500 pesos. How many of each paper bill does he have? Now, just like in our previous example, we are going to formulate first the systems of the linear equations which will represent our problem. According to the first sentence, Alexis has 19 paper bills composed of 20 pesos and 50 pesos left in his wallet. But we don't know what is exactly the number of 20 peso bill and the 50 peso bill in the wallet of Alexis. But what we only know is that there are 19 paper bills in the wallet of Alexis. That means we are going to represent the unknowns with a variable. So we are going to have here let x be the 20 peso bill, and we have to let y be the 50 peso bill. Okay, so since we already represented the two unknowns by the variables x and y, so we have here x as the 20 peso bill and y as the 50 peso bill, we are going to formulate now the systems of the linear equations. Okay, let's continue. So we have here, according to the sentence, Alexis has 19 paper bills composed of 20 pesos and 50 pesos left in his wallet. So as I said, we don't know exactly the number of the 20 peso bill and the 50 peso bill. What we only know is that there are 19 paper bills in the wallet of Alexis. Therefore, we can have that one as x plus y is equal to 19. So that will be our equation number 1. So why we have this equation? We will just going to add the number of the 20 peso bill and the number of the 50 peso bill, which is equal to 19. Because that is the number of the paper bills in the wallet of Alexis. Now, how about our second equation? The total amount of money he has is 500 pesos. Now, remember this one, if we talk about the total amount, we are going to use now here the 20 peso bill, which is represented by x. So we have here 20x plus, how about y? So we have here 50y is equal to 500. So that will be our second equation. Do not be confused about the two equations. If we talk about the number of paper bills only, we are going to use only x and y because it doesn't talk about the amount, right? But if we talk about the amount, the total amount of money in the wallet of Alexis, we are going to use now here the paper bill, the amount of the paper bill, which is 20x, and we have here the 50, which is represented by the variable y. So this will be our starting point to solve this problem. So we already formulated the systems of the linear equations, here 1 and 2. Let's proceed now to our solution. Now, the very first thing to do is to decide what particular variable we are going to eliminate. So in the given linear equations, there are two variables given, which are x and y. So we have to decide which among the two variables that we are going to eliminate. So in my case, I want to eliminate x. So we have to check next the coefficients of both the equations. So we have here, in equation number 1, the coefficient of x is 1. And however, in equation number 2, the coefficient of x is 20. There's a big difference between the equation or the coefficients in both the equations. So what are we going to do is to multiply equation number 1 by 20 to make their coefficient equal. Therefore, our new equation now will be 20x plus 20 times y, that is 20y, equals 20 times 19, that is 380. And then let's just copy the equation number 2, which is 20x plus 50y equals 500, which is our equation number 2. Now, since our goal is to eliminate x, we have here 20x and 20x. Now, what particularly the operation that we are going to use to eliminate x? That's correct. We are going to use subtraction as our operation. So we have here minus. Then we are going to proceed now in simplifying these systems of linear equation. So we have here 20x minus 20x, that will be 0. 20y minus 50y, that will be negative 30y, equals 380 minus 500, that will be negative 120. And then divide both sides by negative 30. Therefore, our y is equal to positive 4. Now, previously, we let y as the 50 peso bill. Therefore, there are 4 50 peso bill in the wallet of Alexis. So this will be 50 peso bill. Let's proceed now in solving the number of the 20 peso bill in the wallet of Alexis. So what are we going to do? We are going to choose either equation 1 or equation 2 that we are going to use to substitute our y, which is equal to 4. So obviously, I am going to use 1 because it is easy for us to solve if we are going to use equation number 1. So we have here, solve for x. So that will be x plus y equals 19. I will use equation number 1. And then since our y is 4, so we have x plus 4 equals 19. That will be x is equal to 19 minus 4. That will be x is equal to 15. Therefore, there are 15 20 peso bill in the wallet of Alexis. So this will be 20 peso. Now, if you are going to check this one, you are just going to multiply. So we have here 4 times 50, that is 200. And then 15 times 20, that is 300. So 300 plus 200, that is 500. So in our previous representation, if we are going to add the amount of money in the wallet of Alexis, the total is 500 pesos, right? So that means our answers are correct.